Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Today we have Mr. Anil with us, and Anil is from Karnataka. He is a teacher by profession, and today we'll ask some questions about his teaching, about his journey, and you'll get to learn so many things as he's an experienced teacher, and we'll be hopefully we'll learn a lot and we'll be motivated. So Anil, should we start? Are you
Yeah,
ready?
yes, I'm absolutely ready, always ready. First of all, a very good morning to all of you, all the viewers who are watching. Okay, my name is Anil Kumar, and I'm from Karnataka. Hope you know the state, South Indian state. I've been teaching English for the past 5 years, and I'm passionate about helping learners improve their communication skills and gain confidence in using English in their real life situations. And I really enjoy creating interactive and engaging lessons that make learning both effective and fun.
Okay, so what drew you teaching English?
What drew me to teaching English
Yes,
specifically?
specifically, yeah.
All right. I've always been interested in languages and communication, and English has become such an important global language. I realize that many people, especially in my region, have the potential to succeed but struggle with expressing themselves in English. That motivated me to become an English teacher. I actually I wanted to help others gain the confidence to speak, understand, and use English in their daily and professional lives.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And so, how many hours do you teach on a daily basis?
How many hours? Okay.
Yeah.
I usually spend around 25 to 30 hours a week for a group class, and
Mhm.
maybe 10 to 15 hours for
Mhm.
personal
Mhm.
one-on-one, personal one-on-one, depending on the schedule of students' needs.
Right. So, you have been teaching English for a long time, as you said, 5 years, and now you are teaching regularly every day. Being a teacher, do you actively devote some time on learning, on your personal growth? Like, are you an active learner? Because lot of my students, when I see, they ask, okay, they think it's just English is just a destination for so many people, right? So,
Mhm.
okay, once I learn this, and okay, I learned, right? And they mostly they think, okay, I'll do a 3 months course, 4 months course, 4 months course, and they'll learn everything. What do
Mhm.
you think? What's your process now?
No, you see, yes, I still make time to learn. It's not like I have learned everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saturated, or there is no threshold for learning language.
Mm-hmm.
You are just, even if you learn a lot, it's just
Mm-hmm.
you are a drop in the ocean. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, I
Yeah.
often watch for as far as I'm concerned, to improve or enhance my English learning,
Mm-hmm.
I often watch videos, read articles, and try out new teaching methods. And I also keep updating myself with grammar tips and spoken English trends, actually, trends. And so I can
Mm-hmm.
give my students the best. Okay, I've been watching, YouTube videos of native speakers for quite a long time now, and I've been watching
Mm-hmm.
so many English teachers as well. Not only teachers, I watch so many, content, English content, especially
Mm-hmm.
native English content
Mm-hmm.
speakers like TED Talks and some useful debates.
Mm-hmm.
This helps me in improving my and enhancing my vocabulary as well. Okay, so it's all a teacher is always a student, right? Okay, he has to
Right. Yeah.
learn. Yeah, he
When
has.
you're teaching, so it's always reciprocated, right? You
Yes,
get to learn a lot of things. They learn from you. Yeah, and it's
mm,
always fulfilling.
exactly. So no teacher is just a teacher. He's still or they are still students. They keep
Mm-hmm.
learning each, and they have to keep learning every day. It's not like you know everything in a language. Like even in your mother tongue, even in your mother tongue, I can't claim myself. I can't claim that I know everything in my mother tongue. There is something
Yeah,
left.
right.
There is something left always. Even if you have achieved so many, even if you have gone through all the corners of the language, there is something left there. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, have you noticed? For a lot of people, the first hurdle is to start, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I always say when I teach someone. I say that starting is difficult always, right? If your first presentation is going to be bad, your first podcast is going to be bad, your first speech is going to be bad, right? And you have to accept that, and then you have to move forward, isn't it? What do you think?
Exactly. Beginning is always hard.
Yeah, so very recently I have started recording videos, and I've been trying to record videos for a long time, and I was fine. I was actually I found it really difficult, and once I started, and then it actually flows now. Right now I'm on a day to day basis. I'm getting less and less worried, less concerned about things, and I'm learning. Right, so
Yeah.
that's how it works, isn't it?
Exactly. I completely. I could not agree more with you.
Hmm. And I know I have known you for a long time, so you are a polyglot.
Am I?
Yeah, should I call you a polyglot or a multilingual?
Polyglot or multilinguist, you can call me anything, because yeah. Let's go on with your question. You were supposed to ask a question. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I apologize.
Yeah, so how many languages do you speak? Can you tell to our listeners?
Languages. Yeah, I really, I'm really excited to learn new languages always. Okay, now at present I speak 6 different languages. Only Indian
Wow.
languages. Only Indian languages apart from English. Okay, 6. I speak 6 languages. English, Kannada is my native language. Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, and Tulu. So Malayalam is my mother tongue. Tulu is my local language, which I can say, it's a native language of a particular district in Karnataka, Mangalore, which is also called Mangalore. So that's the local language of Mangalore. Okay, and some other parts, like in the adjacent districts and some areas, they speak this language. And Kannada is the official language of Karnataka, as you know that. Okay, I've studied Kannada for 12 years, so obviously I'm very fluent in Kannada. And Hindi, it's been since I was 5th standard, since I'm from that background. And so growing up in a multilingual environment really helped me. I was always curious about how different languages work, and and over time I picked them up through daily conversation and practice. Not actually practicing, I was speaking with people. That's what helped me.
So it wasn't a deliberate effort to learn one particular language. It was, for you, it was a process.
It was,
right? It was a journey.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a natural process for me, because as I told you, I grew up in a multilingual environment. People who spoke Hindi, Tamil, they were around me. I have friends who spoke in Hindi way back then. I have friends who spoke in Tamil. So that was not a deliberate effort for me. The deliberate effort I made to learn a language is not for speaking, not for the spoken part. It was only for reading and writing part. I wanted to learn my mother tongue because I didn't know how to read and write in my mother tongue itself.
Right.
So I wanted to learn my mother tongue Malayalam, and I wanted to learn Tamil because it is very similar to Malayalam literature. The writings and readings. And Hindi, obviously, it was always there since the beginning. So deliberate effort I made only to read and write, only to learn to read and write Tamil and Malayalam. That was the only those things I made a deliberate effort. I'm not fluent now in those languages because I thought, yeah, this is enough for me to read and write. Okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, I still want to improve my reading and writing in Tamil and Malayalam as well.
Okay, so basically, you use two important, two really beautiful words actually. One is pick up, and another one is learn. Right? And
Yeah.
for you, it was always picking up the language, not rather learning. Right? Learning is
Exactly.
a bit different.
Exactly. I never tried to learn a language except English.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm English. I'm still learning. Okay,
Mhm.
and Tamil and all other languages I speak. I never made an effort apart from the reading and writing part. I never really made an effort to, or made a deliberate effort to learn it. You know, it was just there. I was just
Mhm.
speaking to people. I was just speaking to people since my childhood, back in the day.
Mhm. And what was the most difficult language that you come across?
Difficult language, actually, I would say none. None of them felt
Mhm.
too hard for me, because I
Mhm.
learned them naturally by hearing and speaking with people around me. Okay,
Mhm.
being a multilingual, being in a multilingual environment made it easier to pick them up over time. And deliberate effort, as I have to say, like, I'm still making deliberate effort to learn English. Like,
Yeah.
more words, more phrases, more expressions. That
Mhm.
is absolutely, I think that is a deliberate effort, because you have to do it deliberately. You know,
Mhm. Just because of your profession.
it's a part of my profession. I have to do it. I have to make it. I have to come to, like, at least I should feel myself that no, no, I won't say that, I would be satisfied in any, in any
Point of time.
point of time or any stage of my English learning.
Uh-huh.
I won't be, or I wouldn't be satisfied, but still.
That's a kind of insatiable desire that haunts you. That okay,
Yeah,
I have.
exactly. That's insatiable hunger. Okay, insatiable
Mhm.
desire, that you never feel full. Like, you never feel full. Like, I'm okay. I was hungry. I ate something. I'm full now. No, I'm always hungry. That's an insatiable desire.
That pushes you forward to
Exactly.
learn and
Yeah.
learn
It
and
keeps
grow more.
it keeps motivating me to learn new things on a daily basis. I don't
Right.
get bored. Many people get bored. So they ask, why do you want to learn more? You already know that. We already know this language. Even in my mother, in my mother tongue, or in my native language,
Mhm.
I want to learn more things in other languages as well, not only in English. But I focus more on English as of now, because.
Right.
Hmm.
People, people get bored just because I believe people look at things as problems. That okay, this is a problem. I have to solution. I have to solve the problem, right? But if you look at things from a curiosity perspective, from a curious perspective, then I think it's different, right? It hits you differently, and then you don't feel bored,
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely. When you're curious about something, see,
Mhm.
always you should think like, something is there, out there. Something
Yeah.
is something is
Mhm.
out there, like what you don't know.
Yeah. Right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
I remember some, a great person saying that, I don't know how to put it right now. I forgot the line actually. So do you know that, like,
Mhm.
the more you come to know,
Mhm.
the more you come to know you don't know.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah,
have that. Yeah, yeah.
right. The
The
more
more
you
you
come to
know,
know,
the more ignorant you feel.
yes, the more you come to know, the
Uh-huh.
more you come to know that you don't know.
Yeah,
I believe in that. The more I explore
right.
English, the more I explore English, I think that I don't know too many things in English, and I keep on
Yeah,
exploring.
I read it. It's actually there's a graph. I don't remember it actually. There's a graph, and when you initially start, you feel like okay, it's a straight, right? You learn a lot of things, and then you come to a saturation point where you feel like oh, I learned a lot of things. I
Uh-huh.
don't need anything, and then you start exploring, and it overwhelms you. It's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so fascinating.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
I believe, I truly believe in that, because that has been working for me since the beginning.
Yeah, right, great. And as you know so many languages, right? So English is your first non-native language, non-Indian language, foreign language, right? So do you find any similarities between Indian languages and English? What are the differences you see?
Difference, a lot of difference. Completely. It's the reverse of Indian language. Like if I have to speak grammatically, like subject, verb, and object. The grammatical, the very basic the very basic structure of a sentence in English. Subject, verb, and object. Very basic sentence. I'm talking about very basic. So in other languages we have subject, object, and verb. The verb comes at the end. So this is what the basic and very huge difference between Indian languages and English. And there are not lot of differences in other structures as well. You can't just translate English. You can't just translate your mother tongue into English directly.
Right.
But you can translate Bengali to Hindi. You can translate as it is. You can translate Kannada to Hindi, or Kannada to Malayalam, or Hindi to Malayalam. You can translate any. If you know the words properly, you can translate it directly, and you can form a sentence, with minimum mistakes. But not in English. You can't even imagine to translate from your mother tongue, even though you know many vocabularies.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of new learners, they get trapped. They feel like, okay, they will translate and they just get by, and it doesn't work.
And they don't admit it sometimes. Why can't it be like this? Why is it like this? Even if you try to convince them, they don't get convinced very easily. It's very hard for you to convince them. They keep on asking the questions. Even if you tell them that this is the structure, then they keep asking, why is this structure like this? So it's English. It is like that. You have to accept that. And it takes.
Yeah, it's their language. You have to follow their norms and rules.
Exactly. How can you keep on insisting someone to agree that for a certain extent the language is similar? You can't do that, right? You have to admit that. You have to agree to the point that there is a huge difference between English language and your native language.
And as you mentioned, translation and grammar. How important do you think grammar is when it comes to learning English from the beginning, from zero level?
Grammar is the foundation of any language. There is no language without grammar. Okay, whatever you speak, if you say I, it is a grammar. It is a part of grammar. I is the subject, or as you can say, it's a pronoun, subjective pronoun. Grammar is the essential, very vital. Grammar plays vital. You can't say, if you say no, grammar is very. You don't want grammar to learn, or there is no necessity of grammar to learn any language. That's absolutely bullshit. That's total crap. If you have that mindset, then please throw it out from your mind. That will not work for you. But not only grammar. Okay, so grammar helps you. It's just a foundation. It's the skeleton of your body, and the other things have to work for you. All other things have to work for you. Vocabulary, expressions, conversation. All these things have to work. How to, grammar will teach you how to speak. Okay,
Right. The
how to
format.
speak. Yeah, and other things will teach you what to speak. This is the basic method you have to follow. What to speak, you should what to speak, the vocabularies things, the expressions, all those things, the other part of the learning language. That will teach you what to speak, where to speak. But grammar will teach you how to speak, how, whether you are putting, you are following this subject verb object thing, that is grammar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to know other vocabularies as well. You need to know, you can translate some vocabularies, not the whole sentence.
Not the whole sentence, right?
You need to have a
Right.
bunch of vocabulary in your mind, and you need to understand the grammar rule, and you have to follow the structure. Only then you will succeed, or only then you can acquire a language. Otherwise, it's just it will be up in the air. It's just you can't translate. You keep on translating. If you ignore grammar, you keep on translating from your native language, which is absolutely horrible.
Yeah. So you know the vocabulary, and it bridges the gap. The grammar bridges the gap between the two vocabularies, and it makes the sentence.
Exactly. It's
Right.
language starts from the grammar.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you know thousands of vocabularies, thousands of words, if you are not
Yeah.
able to put it in the proper place, then
Yeah, right.
how can you make a sentence?
That's true. That's true.
Most people ignore grammar. That's absolutely
But,
wrong.
but, but a lot of people I've seen they focus on grammar a lot. What's your opinion on that? All they learn is just grammar, nothing else. And they feel like okay, they will translate from their native language to English, and they never be successful for it.
See, learning grammar, I don't blame the people who learn grammar, in an intense way. Like, they want to let them learn. It will not affect you. It will not affect you anywhere in learning process if you learn too much of grammar. Okay, I don't feel like if you learn too much of grammar, it will affect your other parts of. No, absolutely not. You keep learning grammar. There are too many things in grammar. Okay, there are when you look at advanced grammar, there are too many things. There are more than 45 topics in advanced grammar, but all those things are very natural. So grammar is nothing but you have a technical term for particular thing which you use in your daily conversation. Okay, say if I ask you like so what are you doing right now, so that is a WH question. That is the technical term of it's a grammatical term of that particular thing. Then you say, oh, why do you want to learn grammar? Like you say, I know how to ask what are you doing right now, what did you do yesterday, what will you do tomorrow. So every sentence or every word or every phrase or every expression has a technical term or has a grammatical term in grammar. Whatever you speak, it's not out of grammar. Everything is in grammar. But as you told, like what about those who focus more on grammar? Let them focus, but they also have to focus on some other things, like they say they need to understand what actually grammar is and what actually works for them.
Yeah, so it's basically developing the sense of grammar.
Exactly.
So, and then combine it with your day-to-day basis conversation and probably presentation or whatever the situation is.
See, even though you can't remove grammar from your language, and you can't just remove the language. I mean, grammar from the language, and you say this is completely different. And grammar is different.
Right.
Okay, so when you say, so if you want to teach a student, like, what did you have for breakfast today? Then he might ask you, why is there a did? Why not do? Or why not will? Then how do you gonna convince him? Then you say, okay, so what did you have? So did is always used in the past question. If I have to ask questions about the things already past, then I need to put did. Okay, then you say this is past tense and this is question in the past. See, people say that we don't teach grammar, we teach English, and they keep talking. How long can you be talking without telling them this is this and this is this? How many? See, my intention is, don't give them fish. You just tell them, or you just teach them fishing. Which means,
great. That's great.
Which means if you teach them a grammatical structure, one grammatical structure, they can make thousands of sentences from those particular sentence, right? Structure.
Yeah.
Or else what you do is, if you keep on telling if you keep on teaching them only sentences and translating them, how long can you be teaching? There are too many sentences. You might use more than 10,000 sentences in your to learn it, to become fluent. Would you really be able to? Is it possible for you, or would you really be able to teach them 10,000 sentences rather than teaching them 100 structures? This is absolutely, the people who ignore grammar, absolutely they are out of their minds. That's what I have to say.
Okay, that's nice. That's great. So, as you said that you initially, when you start the conversation, you still actively learn English, right? So, can you name some resources, or can you share some resources where the beginners can learn, or how a beginner can proceed with their learning?
Okay, this is a hard question, because nowadays you have a lot of internet, in the internet, it's the content is overwhelming. You have a lot of internet contents. Okay, so if you are very specific, if you are very patient, and if you are like into that, if you want to really achieve something, and if you have a goal, then probably everything is free on the internet, right? You can look up for English teachers on YouTube. You can look up for on the internet, or you have ChatGPT and all other like DeepSeek and all AI tools you have.
Yeah.
Existing AI tools you have right now, and it's not that difficult to learn a language in these days. It's very easy, but the thing is you need to be very consistent. That's what that's what matters. You need to be consistent, disciplined, and what do I say, like
Goal oriented.
a goal oriented, exactly. Otherwise it will not work for you. Anything, not only language learning, nothing will work for you if you don't have these three qualities.
Right, that's very true. That's very true. And I've been following the same thing for a long time, as you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what makes different.
Exactly. If you have
Right.
all these qualities, you can you can achieve anything. You can acquire any language.
Okay. So as you know 6 Indian languages, then you have learned English. Do you have anything else to learn? Are you looking for any other languages to
Yeah,
learn now?
I'm possibly looking for some foreign languages to learn. Yeah, I'll be probably in quite a few months. I will be enrolling for some courses, maybe French or Spanish. I haven't yet decided, but yeah, I need some time to decide, because since I'm focusing on English and teaching a profession, I don't get much time to focus on something else. So yeah, I will make time, and yeah, probably in the future I will I have that in my mind. I have that insatiable desire to learn
Right.
more languages. Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Okay. Okay. So I think we are running out of time. So let's wrap up the conversation now. It was really nice meeting with you. I got to learn a lot of things related to language and the way of learning, the methodologies, everything. It's a great conversation. Thank you for
My
joining.
pleasure, my pleasure. It's been always a very great pleasure to talk to you and have conversation with
I'm moved.
some person like you. Whenever I come across English teachers, or people who are enthusiastic of learning English, they are not as much as curious or interested or enthusiastic like you. So
Oh, I'm really moved now.
I really wanted, I'm okay. So I'm looking forward to talking to you, or having a
So
conversation
do I.
with
Yeah.
you, having a
Yeah.
conversation with you. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time, and
Thank you.
thanks again for the viewers. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you in the next episode.